They had 3 seconds to decide, turn back or push through. It looked like not much water, but that's the deadly trap. The moment the tires lose grip and the car swings sideways, everything changes. And in the next few minutes, you'll see how a California flash flood can turn a normal Christmas drive into a tragedy in a blink. Welcome to Global Weather Disasters, where we don't just retell disasters, we break down why they happen, what makes them deadly, and most importantly, what you can do to stay alive when the weather turns against you. Christmas week in California is usually about family drives, busy roads, and warm reunions. Then the rain arrived. Not a gentle storm, but intense, relentless downpours. In Northern California, especially around Redding, water started taking over the streets faster than people could process. Storm drains were overwhelmed, water spilled over curbs, low spots turned into temporary lakes, and within a short time, some roads became moving currents. Emergency calls surged. First responders rushed into multiple water rescues in dangerous conditions, strong flow, low visibility, debris everywhere. And then came the most painful moment. A driver trapped in a vehicle as water rose called 911. That phone call became the line between life and death. And in the end, the driver did not survive. Traffic collapsed in several areas. Some major routes were shut down or restricted. Gridlock formed under cold rain. And the fear grew when forecasts warned this wasn't a single storm. It was a multi-day system that could keep hitting through the holiday week.
Myself in storage.
Behind many extreme West Coast rain events is a phenomenon you'll hear more and more: the atmospheric river, often described as a river in the sky. Picture a massive pipeline of water vapor forming over the Pacific. When winds and the jet stream aim it at California, that moisture slams into mountains and hills, gets forced upward, cools, condenses, and unloads as heavy rain, sometimes in waves like a conveyor belt. Here's the key. Atmospheric rivers aren't always disasters. California needs rain and snow to refill water supplies. But when the moisture plume is strong, persistent, and hits when the ground is already saturated, it becomes the perfect trigger for flash floods, landslides, and infrastructure failures. And during the holidays, risk climbs even higher. More people on the roads, more night driving, more rushing, while conditions can flip from wet to life-threatening in minutes.
On a hill. I have to hydrolock this motor. Holy shit.
Flash floods are dangerous because they give you no time to correct a mistake. They hit like an ambush. And 3 factors make them lethal. First, rainfall rate. It's not just how much rain falls, it's how fast it falls. When rain drops harder and faster than drains and channels can carry it away, water rises onto roads, funnels into low areas, and depth can jump in minutes. Second, saturated ground. Think of soil like a sponge. When it's dry, it absorbs. When it's soaked, every new drop becomes runoff. That's why multi-day storm patterns are so dangerous. The first wave loads the system, and the next wave turns streets and creeks into instant flood pathways. Third, flow that carries mud, debris, and rocks. In hilly terrain, water doesn't just sit, it moves. It rips downhill, dragging branches, mud, and stones that clog drains, block exits, and increase destructive force. At that point, it's not water. It's a heavy, moving mix with real impact power. When all three align, you get scenes that feel unreal: undermined roads, sudden sinkholes, broken infrastructure, and familiar streets turning into the most dangerous place in town. So many flash flood tragedies begin with one thought: I can make it. Because the water looks shallow, because it's just a short stretch, because you're almost home. But in fast-moving floodwater, a car is not armor. It can become a trap. A small sideways push is enough. Tires lose grip. The vehicle shifts. Water hits the engine bay. The car stalls. And water pressure can pin the doors shut. In that moment, you're not driving. You're trapped inside a closed box in moving water. And the most dangerous part is what you can't see: open drains, washed-out pavement, hidden holes, or a strong current running like an invisible conveyor belt across the road. Remember this line: if water is covering the road, that road is gone. In atmospheric river storm chains, danger doesn't rise like a little more each day. It compounds. The first wave saturates the soil. The next wave fills creeks faster, drains clog with debris, road foundations weaken from erosion, and communities get exhausted responding again and again. So risk doesn't add up like 1 + 1 = 2. It can become 1 + 1 = 5. Because each new wave starts from a damaged baseline, not a normal one. Urban growth can amplify this too. More concrete, less absorption, faster runoff, quicker funneling into low spots. When weather exceeds old design assumptions, cities can fail fast, even if they've never seen it like this before.
On a hill. About to hydrolock this motor. Holy shit.
If you live in heavy rain zones or you're traveling during storms, these simple rules can save your life. 1. The 3 don'ts for driving in heavy rain. Don't drive through flooded roads. Don't speed through to beat it. Don't follow the car ahead just because they did it. 2. Always have a split plan. Before you leave, pick alternate routes and safe stopping points. Set a hard limit. If water covers the road, you turn around, no debate. 3. Prepare earlier than you think. Flashlight, power bank, and important documents in one grab-and-go bag. If you're near low areas or creeks, know your nearest higher ground. 4. Families with kids or elderly. Decide early, late decisions cost precious minutes. Leaving early in safety is always better than staying and getting trapped. 5. Don't only think flood, think mud and landslides. If you live near slopes, watch for sudden muddy water, rumbling sounds, leaning trees, or cracking ground. These can be warning signs. If this helps, share it with someone who drives in storms. One share can prevent one bad decision. If you want more clear, practical breakdowns of extreme weather, like and subscribe to Global Weather Disasters. And comment below, have you ever been tempted to cross a flooded road? Your story could warn someone else in time. Thanks for watching. Stay safe and always follow weather alerts.